What's up, punters and dribblers? Welcome back to another episode of About Even, the number one betting show on the face of the earth, brought to you by our good friends at Ned's. We love you. Shout out to Ned's. We're actually going to be hosting a pot this week, Sebo, which is a new feature on Ned's where basically people can jump in. It's like we set the buy-in and then they entrust us to like whack the money on whatever, like to bet however we think, and then it splits through.
So it does it automatic, just split.
It just then divides it up equally.
Put it in. Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's not bad.
That's pretty cool.
Keep an eye out on the socials. We'll give you a bit more information about that over the weekend. But that's happening this week. That's happening this week.
Is it for like a game of
you
the
can
whole
do
weekend?
You can do it for a game. You could go, okay, we've got this much money in there. How do we want to spend it? Where do you want to go? We could just put it all on bloody Isako anytime.
It goes to show the loyalty of the audience if they're trusting you.
To
place the bet.
You don't give it just again, Sebo. You came last year by a fucking country mile.
Yeah, but I'm still overall I'm the best punter. So
no.
Overall, I'm the best punter.
Don't start like this, mate. That's a really negative way to start. Shame on you. Either way, we like Neds and we love Neds. Thanks to Neds. Eddie not here this week. One kid and he starts taking shows off. We're talking about it everywhere. He's missed fucking 2 podcasts now. He had to leave early from the fucking...
I'm working fucking overtime here.
Sebo's done 2 shows this week for us. He's not going to be on the fucking stream that we're doing tomorrow night, most likely.
He's definitely not going to be there?
I would be shocked if he's going to be there. He's probably not going to be doing bloke tomorrow. The guy's a complete mess.
I'm going to back him in for the live stream. I'm an Eddie Simpson believer.
That'd be the hardest one, though, as a new parent. Hardest one to justify.
New parent, I'm going to go watch the footy with Rue and Timmy and Tom while my wife sits at home with the newborn.
See you there, Eddie.
Okay, interesting.
He'll come good.
Bold as fuck. How are we, fellas? Rue, what's doing?
Going good, mate. I think we've all got a bet up now, do we? Almost. Not quite. Most of us.
That's fucked up.
We've all got quite a few. Multiple.
Yeah.
Multiple.
Dude, I mean, like, Jesus Christ. It's fucking round 1, all right? It's round 1. We got that thing framed, which we've never opened because I'm not going to shit on the framing company, but they basically did misspellings and all this sort of shit. But this is the record for how many games you go. Pick it up there, Sebo. Since the last. So I've got a lot to go before I beat that. We should really hang that up soon.
If you break the records, you have to bust that open and...
Well, and I've got to smash it and just draw one more.
Yeah.
Different colour texture.
Yeah.
So you can tell seasons.
I won't break that record, dude. No way. This week, I've got some
bit more sensible. It seems.
I got some good ones this week. I think a few anyway. Whatever. I don't want this to be the abused Tom show because that's not what this show is. It never has been and it never will be. Sebo, I would now like to know how you're doing.
I'm going pretty good. Had a good day yesterday. I had Wakehurst Golf Club to myself because it was raining.
Chatty T.
No, I had Chatty T lined up at the rain scared away Chatty T.
Chatty T.
So Chatty T ran for the cover, and then I just went out. Something about just like it felt like I had a bit of a country refresh because in Wakehurst it's just views of bush and just being out there a bit of light drizzle by yourself. Gets your mind a bit clearer, and that kind of is feeding into my punting a little bit.
Okay, some fresh air.
All aspects of my life a bit clearer. Of course, this show's a big part of my life. So sometimes you just need to get some country air in Wakehurst.
Maybe Chatty should have been there.
Well, that's it.
Not a great time for the Chooks.
It might have helped Chatty.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, exactly. Just have it to himself. Just get some Chad time.
Yeah.
Some Chatty tea time. But we've got a rematch scheduled for a couple of weeks or so.
Okay.
Yeah.
Rando, obviously your team's no good. How's that feel?
Definitely copped all my licks. Thanks to everyone on the Good Day Hill for that one. But it was a pretty tough weekend of footy for me.
Yeah, your team's done now, eh? What's that feel?
No. We didn't concede 50, so we're still alive.
But
we're still alive.
Optically, you're not done because like the statistic, but like you're done, right?
No, we're going to beat the Sharks this weekend.
Did you wear your jersey out there?
I did. Yep.
Oh, huge.
Yep.
I respect that.
Thank you.
You're an idiot, but I respect
Thank
it.
you.
I actually need a new Manly jersey. None of mine fit me anymore.
I bought your jersey that you lent me for the Jack.
Oh, it survived.
It's in the backback, yeah. So
I've still got a pair
I need
of
my
shoes.
I need my Nikes back.
I have got
Don't do the handover until you get it. Don't give it to him until the Nikes are back in you. Otherwise, you'll never see them again. Let's get into some accountability. Again, usually hosted by Edward, but he's just, not made of the right stuff. Broncos defeat the Roosters 50-14. I was one from two legs. I had Jesse Arthurs. I also had Marky Mark. Didn't happen. Eddie had nothing. He had Roosters plus 7.5. Marky Mark plus 7.5. What an idiot in hindsight. Sebo hits.
Yep. It looked like I wasn't for a while there because they were just going down the right-hand side a fair bit.
Yep.
And then I was like, okay, my time's coming. And then they were kind of just slowing down a little bit in how much they were peppering them. But it came through. Justin Arthurs kept it simple.
He seemed like he was going to score the whole game. There was always like breaks, but he ended up just giving the last pass instead of scoring.
It was part of a lot of line breaks.
Yeah, and I had a civvy on him 2 or more, so I was actually a little frustrated.
You just like... They always generally pass it when it's a 2-on-1 in the fullback, but sometimes, 1 in every 4 or 5 times they do the kind of go themselves. I'm like, just go yourself.
Yes. Go yourself, please, Arthur.
Please. Yeah. But we got there in the end. I think you scored the last try for him, pretty sure.
Yes.
So I'll take that. Love a little $3 bet. It's about a $16 outlay the way we do things. Not too scary, but it's a lot more certain,
Rue with a nice bet in this game as well, a 687 win.
Yeah, very happy with this one. Said the other day I was pretty much betting on Shibasaki to score at 687. Turned out to be the easiest leg of the entire fucking thing, to be honest with you. Bit of a nervous wait for Reece Walsh. He got in, I think, a 3-on-1 with the fullback and dummied and got tackled. I was kicking the dog at that point, but we got home. Good to see.
Listen, great from you two. Really great start. We move on to Knights Tigers, a poo-slinging slot, a poo-slinging game that we thought maybe wouldn't be a poo-slinger because it's the first game of the year, and you're like, oh, maybe not. And you're like, oh, no. Oh, no. It's a poo-slinger, all right. I don't hit a single thing. Heath Mason, friend of the show, and Kalen Ponga do not get over. Eddie, Tigers 13 plus, does not get up. Sebo and Rue both were sharp. Into a KP, doesn't get up. And Lalipi, Marju best.
You know the most annoying thing about that? Is it Sharp individually was playing like in the 5s, I think.
Yep.
And it's like he just scored like a couple in the trial before, new position. That's why I included him. You're like, I'll just juice it with the KP. It's like Sharp at 5, you just take.
I think he was $4.90 and we're never going to see that again.
Yeah,
no, you won't.
Yeah. It's like $2 now. You're just dude,
I
take it while it's there.
I think, and this is not meant to be a slight at KP, but I think juicing a KP is not a juice.
No,
it's actually
not a
risk. He scores heaps, but he doesn't score when you're trying to use him for juice.
Generally fullbacks aren't juice, even though Rude just got a Walsh on before, but like they just don't do it when you need it. Like,
and they're never paying that much.
No, exactly. They're pretty much winger prices.
Rabbitohs defeat the Dolphins. I was a Humphreys away. I had Isako Humphreys. Eddie just with a straight up Rabbitohs at 230. He was lucky. He got hurricane luck there. Like, that's just straight up hurricane or cyclone luck, whatever you want to call it. Most people have not had cyclone luck recently. Eddie's probably the only one. And then Sebo, you had bunnies into Humphreys.
Yeah, and I'm going to keep pressing that Humphreys button for a while.
Banging the Humphreys train.
Yeah, just like, when you're down and out with maybe the result, you just get a Humphreys thing just for an emotional thing.
Yeah, no, I'm with you. Humphreys did not get over, by the way, but you did have bunnies. Otherwise, nothing else. Rue, not a single leg there for your $355 bet. Or did you change that?
I changed it to South 1 to 12, Jai Gray, so I just missed out on Jai Gray.
Okay, well, that might change your overall stats later on, but because Eddie has done this. Anyway, whatever. Dogs, Dragons. Fucking rugby league guru. No one else hit a thing, and you've got Dragons plus 10.5 into Tuapolotu, triple staked. It didn't look like happening, and then it did.
Yeah, thank God Jacob Little came onto the field, really turned that game, got back into it. But Tuapolotu, I think he's going to be a favourite of mine this year, boys. That left edge is going to be humming for St George.
I mean, I was shocked when he was like doing this after
down 18,
down by 18 points. I was like, what in the fuck are you doing there?
Who was the guy who scored like 4 tries in the trial on the left edge?
Finau, yeah.
Is he playing?
Didn't get a bait. Played reserve grade in the weekend.
Yeah. So basically, it's just that left wing is a good spot.
Yes. Correct. Yeah. Outside Val Holmes, Guffo loves that edge. Yeah.
Okay.
Good to know.
Good to know.
But again, a triple stake for Rue, a $3 triple stake.
Well done.
Well done. You got to pay your respects.
I think a few of us have been scared of the triple stake.
I mean, it's been one round, but yeah, I agree with you.
You got to drive into it.
Yeah, you really got to face it head on.
We're so full of shit on this show. We literally were like a week ago going, triple stakes well fucked us last year. You got to be way more conservative with triple stakes. Yeah, we're not coming out in triple stake, and now it's like you just got to fucking triple stake.
But no, it's a different philosophy. Like if it's
it changed though. A week ago, it was not the same philosophy.
Yeah, you were scared because we used to just throw triples at anything willy-nilly.
Yeah.
And then at the moment, we're at 100% triple stake.
I also think
rate.
it was Eddie leading that rhetoric because it fucked him sideways.
That's a good point, actually. That's a good point. Manly humped the Cowboys 42-12. Sebo with the triple.
I'm just going to... I said it last week, easiest bet in the world. And I'm taking a lot of this year until I get desperate. If you think there's going to be a bloodbath... and the odds don't reflect it, like the line's on 28 or something. Just take the line and triple. That's what I'm talking about, doing smart triple stakes. Instead of going, it's going to be a bloodbath and triple staking 5 try scorers. That's what I'm trying to do this season until things get desperate, until I get into maybe the 70s.
Yep.
You know?
Well, let's hope that doesn't happen.
Yeah, well, it happened pretty quick last time.
No one else hit anything. Hopewadi didn't even get over for me. I had him for a hat trick. But that's maybe good for this week for you Manly bettors out there. Roo, you didn't get close, really. The Lippy got close. He was a turbo away from a $13 do, but that's about it.
Did we just say fullback's juice? There you go. There's another one. There's another fullback who doesn't bang when you need him to juice.
Yes. Yes. But usually turbo does, in fairness.
Yeah, but if you get him for like 2+ or just like turbo leg and a win, but if you juice him,
that's true. If it's used as juice, then you're in trouble.
Yeah.
Now Raiders defeat the Warriors. Sorry, Sorry, it says Raiders defeat the Warriors. I'm just reading literally what's on the teleprompter. Ron Berg. Storm defeat the Eels. What was it? 400-0, basically. I was, after all that bullshit you guys talked about me, I was a Russell away from a scope bet at $30.37. But Sebo, you hit with a Katoa and a Hughes. You motherfucker.
Again, I think Hughes is the last try scorer for Melbourne. I watched the first 10 minutes of the game, walked down to the pub, said my hellos, then checked again, and it was like 46-0. And I'm like, surely, and then it hadn't happened, but then thank God it did happen. When you only have 2 try scorers and you open your app and it's 46-0 half time, you think my 2 try scores are over, surely. But it did happen, not complaining. As I said, you don't need to change it up all the time in the new year. Find your new storylines, find the long-running threads through the series and just stick to them.
Okay, right.
Yeah.
Is that the closest you got to a scope bet?
Yes.
Yeah.
But I'm actually happy it didn't come off, which I'll explain why as we get to our unit scoopers. So we'll go here. Guru, you had 3 from 6 legs at $63. Sebo, you were 3 from 7 at 34. Eddie, 2 from 5 at 25. I was 3 from 5 at 62.4. Lehigh didn't get over killing my bet. I had Jesse Arthur's drill
You
skelton.
sure Lehigh didn't score? I thought
Yeah, he didn't. He gave the offload to Ben Trebojevic, and there was a forward
and
tap
he got
on
over
from
and it was a
Turpo.
forward pass.
okay, right.
Yeah, don't worry, brother. Don't you worry about that. So, yeah, Arthur Skelton, Blake Wilson. I had Lehigh, and then I had Sean Russell. If Sean Russell had scored and Lehigh had fucked me, I would have been really upset, even though I got my scope bet.
Yep.
So I'm actually like, whatever. I was kind of death riding Blake Wilson.
Yeah,
even
fair
though
enough. I
meant
know
to be
that feeling. I know that spiteful
Yeah.
feeling where you're willing to lose units just so you don't
Just
have
so
to
that I
think
don't.
about what could have been. Yeah.
And the Lippy got 2 from 3, actually, but he had Tommy 2+. So he kind of got 2 from 3, but he didn't really. Hot seat. Tom starts the year well with Eels minus 16.5. I thought it was a lot of points, but I didn't really believe in it.
Had a bit of Morgan Smithies about it. Just
It
quietly.
was fucking disgraceful. You think I was throwing that, do you?
I can only assume so, right?
Yeah, no, great point. Weekly leaderboard, Roo won the week, 12.57 units in the positive. Huge week.
I will say if we add his actual Bunnies Dolphins bet in,
It
would have
might
been
change
Sebo's
it.
week.
Yeah, it
but-
might actually be. It might be.
Yeah,
Look,
different.
I don't want to be
actually.
that guy for, between 1 and 2 units, but I feel this is might be the tightest season of all time. So
It's easy to say that after 2 rounds or 1 round. But Sebo, you were second on 11.68 units. That was
Yeah.
that's good stuff. That's really good
Yeah.
betting.
I think
from
you will
two.
get me there.
Yeah, I think
yeah,
you
I
will.
will.
Eddie minus 3.5, me minus 3.74, Lippy minus 4.62. Overall, Roo winning on 9.57 in the positive, Sebo 7.39 in the positive, Eddie -1, Libby -4, Tom -7. I love that to start the year. Love a -7. Fuck.
It's all right. 3 more units and you're in the 80s.
Let's get to some betting, shall we? Let's do it. First up, Knights v. the Fish, McDonald Jones Stadium. Again, we're doing a stream for this. Myself, Roo, Timmy, Eddie, TBC. The Knights are $1.55 favourites. The Fish $2.45. The line is 4.5, and the total points 46.5 points. Rando, what do you got?
It's going to be dry in Newcastle for this one. Bit of a Thursday theme with the stats. The Knights, they have never won at McDonald Jones on a Thursday night, losing their 5 games they've played there, whilst the Finns, they went 3-0 last season on Thursday nights. So I do not mind the Dolphins at that +8.5 start. For try scorers, Herbie Farnworth, he scored in 8 of his last 10 Thursday night games, including a try in each of his last 2 games. He's also scored in 3 of his last 5 versus the Knights. He's at $3.30 anytime.
Don't mind that.
I really like the Dolphins in this game.
Yeah.
I do too. Now, my first night in Vegas, I hit the tables with young Timmy Williams. Had a pretty good night. He owes me a few hundred USD.
Does he really?
And I think I'm going to responsibly dump truck on the Dolphins on Thursday night. If you'd
Okay.
like to join me.
Yeah, okay. So we had a bit of a dump on the Dolphins.
Yeah, I'm feeling very confident on the Fin. My bet this week, I've got Osaka to cross. $2.10 is just too much. And then just to be safe, I've got the Dolphins +8.5, but I'm going to triple stake at $2.90.
Well, what about if you were to be a man about it then and go just Dolphins outright into Osaka?
This is why you don't win bets.
Yeah, but you're saying you're confident.
Okay,
You're
this is
saying
why
you're
you-
confident.
Giving himself breathing room.
I'm here
on
to
top
win
of
this
his
thing, not
comment.
impress you, dude.
Oh, fuck
See
you,
you at the
mate.
end.
Well,
alright?
okay, fuck you. I'm just going to stand out Osaka, and I'm going to get him anytime at 210, which is good money. Didn't he fucking top the try scorers or at least point scorers list last year?
Point scorers, I think it was, yeah.
I know he
No, 2
kicks. That
seasons
obviously
ago.
makes sense.
Scored a couple
2023
last week,
bet.
didn't he?
Scored last week, mate. He'll get over 210.
Yeah,
Get
it's good
fucked.
value.
I'm triple staking it.
Nice. I really, after Rando stats, I like the Fish, but I know those Thursday night stats, maybe I want to take the line. But I see Roo's already got their triple staked. As a gentleman, I'm going to stay away from it, let it be his thing. And I have a bit of a complicated history with going the unders. We all know that last season. It kind of fucked me, but then came through at the end for a little bit. I see this game as both attacks look a little clunky at the moment. And I don't think that gets fixed in 7 days. Newcastle are actually pretty good at defence, as annoying as they are, and they don't play fucking through ball footy. They're pretty good at defence. Dolphins are back. They lost last week. Gone through a bunch of shit with the old tornado. So I think they're going to be a bit kind of galvanised up. Under 46.5. I'm going to double stake it. I think that's a lot of points for 2 teams who can't really put it on. I don't know.
I think our strike rate of double stakes would be awful.
Yeah, like
last
as in
year.
the universe can tell you being
The
a
triple
pussy.
stake gods look at you and go, "Oh, you're not all in. You're not
Yeah,
in the play."
I'm- a pussy.
I'm dipping my toe. Like I could understand if it's like I just came up with a new bet that I've never done before. The unders and me, very complicated relationships. This is like a text with just like an emoji in it. You know what I mean? Just like,
Well, so, but
hey,
then
you awake?
If it's complicated, what are you doing here?
I'm sussing it out.
See,
I'm
that's
sussing.
the
I'm
hallmark
sussing.
of a complicated relationship.
Yeah.
I'm just checking in.
Yep.
Seeing what's going on.
Look, I just don't want to go straight off the bat and triple it. I might triple it if it gets up on the next unders, but
I actually think I think they're going to be points. I don't know why. Dry Thursday. I just feel like
the
it's gonna be
Knights
points
scored
now.
10 points against the Tigers and missed
Maybe the
60
Tigers
tackles
maybe,
last week.
But that 60 missing tackles means points. It's just that the fucking Tigers couldn't make it happen. Maybe the
No,
Fish
the
can.
Knights.
Saying the Knights missed 50 tackles.
No, the Tigers did, and the Knights only managed.
Oh
to
shit!
put
So it's the
fucking-
reverse of that.
Yeah.
Oh, that's not good. Jesus Christ.
Like, I think that unless Ponga and
Brad Mbes can learn to just pass the
Yeah.
fucking ball.
Yeah.
Just
Look,
draw and pass.
I don't know. I'm just going to dip my toe into it. I'm going to dip my toe in, see where we end up.
Who's our lippy dribbler?
He's the guy who was meant to be on last week but got snaked. Forgot his name. I'll get it.
I'll let you know.
while
I
read
saw
it.
some comments somewhere asking about lippies and all this sort of shit. Listen, if you don't know, if you're new here in 2025, welcome. A Lippy is where we give you guys, one of you losers, a chance every week to take us on, because 90% of the comments are like, you guys don't know what the fuck you're talking about. And then invariably you come on and you suck. So we are allowing you the opportunity to come on and take us on each week. And listen,
a lot of this aged well after.
This aged well. You didn't say it when the bet went up. You said it afterwards.
Yeah.
That's exactly how the Lippy works.
Matt Scott we got this week.
Matt Scott.
Yeah, Matt Scott.
As in
probably
of former Cowboys Australian front row of fame.
Built like a barrel
him. He's in for a big week.
Profiles are probably on private, but it probably is him.
It probably is Matt Scott.
And also Lippy wise, like DM, about even like if my personal one, I barely check that for my actual life.
Yeah, right.
So if there's, I think I get like
send Sebo a dick pic on Hackers, and he'll pick the biggest penis, and you'll be Lippy dribbler.
If you do that, you're blocked.
Yeah, okay. So Matt Scott, he's gone. Lucas, Herbie, Ozarko.
Lucas to score, Herbie / Ozarko either to score a try.
$6.
I don't hate it.
I don't hate it either, actually. It's all right. All right, 6 p.m. Friday, Waz v. the mighty Manly Seagulls, the pride of the peninsula at Go Media Stadium. $3.05 for the Warriors, $1.38 for the Seagulls. The line is 8.5. The total points 48.5. Rando, positivity, please.
It's going to be a dry track in Auckland for this one. The Seagulls, they're unbeaten in 5 of their last 6 games against the Warriors, but they'll be looking to win their first game at Go Media since 2017. Not winning in their last 3 appearances there. The Warriors, they have failed to cover the line in 8 of their last 9 Friday matches. I think Manly can get the job done and probably cover that spread. For try scorers, it's all right edge for Manly. Jason Saab has scored 9 tries in 5 games against the Warriors, including a hat-trick in 2 of his last 4 games. You also got Ruben Garrick, who is at $2.45, scored 8 tries in 9 games against the Warriors. And the Warriors, they've leaked a try to a right centre in 4 of their last 5.
Great stats there, Rando. Really solid fucking gambling stats there. I'm nervous about this game, only because it's early in the season. We're such a good side, but sometimes I feel like the knock on Manly last year was the week to week. Can you do it again? Can you do it again? And sometimes against the shitter sides is when we'd fuck up. Like we beat Penrith, we beat Melbourne, we beat the Roosters last year.
Or against the good sides when it matters.
Then you lose to a fucking beater. Don't be like that, mate. It's mean-spirited. What are you thinking here, Roo?
Yeah, I don't know what to get in this game. The Warriors, they've had 2 weeks to prepare for this one. Flew back from Las Vegas with their tail between their legs. I think Metcalf, he'll be told just to run the football in this game. I think it'll be very simple. So I'm going to take him. I think both Manly wingers are just about a shoe-in most weeks. And then I'm just going to throw in RTS. $19.55. I kind of hate the bet, to be honest with you, but I'm running with it.
Yep. Sebo?
I'm thinking, Rendo, can you get up for me like the last, 5-10 games of these two and just see how many of them are close? I just have this weird memory of like a field goal always deciding it, like Cherry Evans breaking the Waz heart. Like I feel they kind of get up for it, even though it sounds like Manly beat them a fair bit. I'm worried, as Tom mentioned, that Manly, whilst can really put it on, can be a little bit inconsistent. Warriors galvanised after travelling to the other side of the world and getting embarrassed by the Raiders. I think they've had a lot of time to reflect with the bye. I still like Manly, but I'm just thinking it's a 1-12 affair.
The favourite in the last 6 games has not covered the line. In the last 3 games at Go Media, it has been decided by 8 or less points.
There we are. Told you. So the favourite hasn't covered the line in the last 7. That's just vibe and stat linking up right there. $3, 1-12, Manly.
Don't mind it, Sebo. I'm very emotionally invested, obviously, in Manly games, and I like to. It's the game I will gamble on most of a weekend in my civilian life. And so with this one, because I don't want the outcome to really affect I don't want to have too much of my emotion tied to this show for a Manly game. I will just have my civilian life will be tied to it. But I'm just going turbo first try scorer. It's not a great bet. $8 is awful odds, but he didn't score last week. And so I'm like, you know, he's going to be fucking scheming out the back. The Warriors aren't very good. I'm like, it might happen. I'm not confident about this. I'm not excited about it, but that's just my thinking. And then, you know, I'm having a look at Saab hat-trick, $13 in my civilian life. I'm having a look at Lehigh for maybe a hat-trick himself at $13. But if you just take Turbo, first try score, $8, not a great bet.
A little bit of random trivia for you here, which I think you'll enjoy. Who do you reckon the top 4 players that have thrown the most intercepts since 2021? Number 4 is DWZ. 3 is Cobbo. 2 is Murray Tuolungi. Who do you reckon number 1 is?
Most intercepts thrown?
Yeah. So they're all been outside backs. It must be when they're throwing it back in field and it gets taken.
Yeah.
Halfback.
Halfback? DCA?
It's DCA with 23. Murray Tuolungi's in second with 15. Wild. He's the only halfback in the top 5.
Jesus.
Is that from him breaking the line and then also throwing it back in?
I reckon it's people shooting up on Turbo knowing he's going to get the football. And maybe that's all I can think of. I thought that was crazy.
But that is because especially because I watch every man in the game, like usually something like that I would imagine would scar me and it would emotionally affect me, but I don't even think about that.
I imagine he'd be right at the top of the list for intercepts taken too.
Yeah, I thought that sounds awfully like the intercepts taken sort of list as well, because DC is very high up there. Same with Murray for intercepts taken too.
What? You might actually be exactly
because I'm not too sure how many wingers are throwing intercepts.
That's actually exactly what it fucking is. That's really dumb. That makes heaps more sense.
That does make more sense.
Yeah. Shout out to DCA.
Well done, Rando.
Well done, Rando.
He just wanted to hang shit on the great club, dude.
Literally.
Thank God you're here, Rando. There you go. Guru just got wrecked. Not much of a guru now,
I deserve that.
Yeah, you do. Sebo.
Already gone.
Oh, you gone. Sorry. Roo. Just
already gone.
You've gone as well. Sorry, the disrespect here is just outrageous. It's thrown me off. What's our fucking lippy called again?
Matt Scott.
Matt Scott. He's got Turbo RTS. I don't like that the lippy's gone Turbo with me, but whatever. 10.75 for that. And we move on to the Panthers v. the Roosters. This Panthers-Roosters game could be fucking anything really, couldn't it? Bit of a CBA game, Guru. Combank.
I'll see you in court if you carry on with that, buddy.
$1.06 for the Panthers, $9.25 for the Roosters. The line, 21.5.
$9.25 for the Roosters.
Yeah. But they're not going to win. So like that.
I know, but even in the age of 2021, when it was like the Dogs were utter shit going up against Penrith, it still wasn't that high.
No, and this is second round. Like it's pretty disrespectful. 21.5 the line and 49.5 the total points. That is a huge fucking 9.25 for the Roosters there. Rando, what stats you got?
It's going to be dry for this one at Combank. Quick stat on the 9.25. It's the highest odds the Roosters have been priced at dating back to historic betting odds since 2009. Their previous highest odds was $7.30 against the Storm in 2009, and they lost that game 38 points to 4. The good news for Roosters fans is that in the NRL era, the Roosters are unbeaten in 5 of the 7 games after conceding 50 points the game before. The 2 losses that they had in that period were by 4 or less points. They've also won 7 of their 8 matches played on the 14th of March, dating back to 1908. They also have the best win record at Combank of any team at 80%, winning 8 of their last 10 games. For try scorers,
just before you get to try scorers, how do you get that fucking 7th of May or whatever the fuck it is?
I just search it up.
That is some dribbly shit. I love that.
Well, the funny thing about that is that only match that they lost was against Penrith. That was the only team that they've lost to on the 14th of March.
Do you search that up for every game?
Yes, I try my best for this show.
Good on you, Randa.
Not sucking up. For try scorers, Dom Young, $2.30 again this weekend. He scored a double in a thumping against the Broncos. He scored in his only game at Combank and Penrith. They conceded 75% of their tries in Vegas down their left side.
Okay. Great stats there, Rando. I fucking love that.
I'm out. I'm done.
Good. Yeah, he's done. I off the back of those stats, that 21.5, I just can't go past it. And if I get it wrong here at 21.5 with the Roosters, then like I'll happily lose that. If that's what happens, I feel like it's just so many points. And if they do lose by more than 21.5 points, and they're done. And that's fine. And maybe I should have known from the week before, but it was like, okay, now I'm officially putting you in the dog shit pile for 2025. Right now, I've dragged you in the direction of dog shit, but I haven't put you in it. So if you lose by 21 or more, I will be having to put the Roosters in the dog shit pile. And then I like J. Cole. Now, from memory, that side of the Roosters, where Jay, is he right side?
Yeah, you're good.
Is this where
He's left side.
Sorry,
Right side,
but is this where they just ripped the Roosters just got ripped apart in the final last year?
Oh, I thought you meant this year.
Sorry, this year, but I thought
It's their right side that's really struggled in the trials and last week.
Yeah.
that's what I'm
Jack
trying to
Cole's
say.
on
Right side is just terrible.
That's
in
where
general.
my brain is trying to go to. That's why J. Cole is in there. And you go Roosters plus 21.5 into a J. Cole, you get $9.25. That's good value. That's good punting.
I think
That's
with
good
Toto
rugby
back,
league.
I don't know if 21's enough. I really don't.
They
It's
have
a lot of points. I get it.
It's a
but
scary amount of points.
Them going to a new stadium, making it their new home. I think Penrith make a statement here.
I fucking hope you're wrong.
They
Oh,
have
is it a
covered
Penrith
the
new stadium? Is
Well,
it?
they're at
They're
Combank.
moving to Combank for 2 years. So that's new home.
Right, but it's okay. So it's not unveiling then.
Oh, no, it's not. But I just
yeah.
like whenever they tend to go somewhere, they make a statement, Penrith.
Penrith have covered the spread when they've been given a spread of 20 plus points in 3 of the last 4 occasions as well.
But I just get worried about Penrith because I was talking about it on the Hello Sport podcast where it's just like they're so just a team that don't need to boost any sort of ego or test themselves in round 2. They just go get their 2 points comfortably and move on. Where a new team like the Broncos who are excited to be good again will just put you to the sword. So those points you just don't know. If they get out to 21 with 20 minutes to go, they're just like, okay, sweet, we just won't let them score a try and just kind of kick to the corners. Like, let's just get tackled on the last set. Let's just tire them out. Fuck it. We got our 2 points. Move on. Like, that's what I'm worried about.
Bro, they're the most ruthless team I've ever seen, I think.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't reckon 21's enough, but we'll see. Can you please do your bet? I'm very excited.
So as you said, as I've said, bloodbath. Used to do dartboard bets. Just scroll down. McLean, throwing Cleary. Maybe Isaiah will go. Like, just fucking dumb. So I've decided to go.
My bet.
He literally just read your bet.
No, I said 2 of your legs.
Feels targeted.
That's what I used to do, and it rarely gets up. And so now I'm trying to be a little bit more considered when I think I know what's going to go on. I think Penrith will win. I don't know if they're going to cover that line. I think they're going to win both halves. I think they're going to come out, put like 3 or 4 tries on early, and then maybe put another few on later on. So I've just got Penrith to win both halves. Then only Penrith to score 20-plus points. I'm pretty sure last year they averaged about 12 points scored against them across the season. You're telling me that the Roosters, who suck now, are going to put more than 20 on Penrith? And then just 5 tries for Penrith. As I said, I think they score more than 5 tries. Maybe the Roosters get 1 or 2. $1.81, sure. It just doesn't seem... It seems like a lock, sure. If something crazy goes on and the Roosters bounce back from absolute nowhere and make a fight of it, okay, no one saw that coming. No one saw that coming. That's why they're $9 and... what? $29 something just to
25,
win
yeah.
because no one's betting on it. So you can be a little loopy dribble and go, that's the dumbest bet after it doesn't get up. Okay, go bet on the Roosters right now then if you're so smart. Like, go do it. Go do it.
They haven't heard the show yet, so they haven't. But, while you're listening, go do it. Be about it. Fucking put your money where your mouth is, mate. Have you gone yet, Roo? I can't remember.
I think you
if
should
did.
triple that, Sibba.
You should triple
I think
that.
that's
You should.
fucking
That's
good
a triple.
gear. That's
That's a
begging
triple
for a
bet.
triple.
Don't be a pussy.
No,
mate.
I
That's a
feel I'll double it, but I won't triple it. Have I tripled anything else? Hold on. I just
You
because
doubled.
we're going to get to, yeah. Look, I'll give it a double. I think that deserves a doubly. I think it deserves a doubly.
Can you do 2 triples and 3 doubles? Because it's like the amount of...
It equals out the
Yeah,
same. Yeah.
I like that.
I don't mind that. Because, I feel last year where we went wrong with the triples and doubles is that the doubles didn't exist. It was just triple everything.
We just didn't do
Where
doubles. They were there, but
double
yeah.
life feels a bit more considered. You
Well,
know
yeah,
what I
it's
mean?
Mature.
I did doubles early and I didn't get any of them.
No.
And I don't think I deserved any of
No,
them.
no.
Boys, as you heard Sebo insult me before, that's pretty much my bet. McLean, Toto, and I've chucked in a Jack Cole at 8.53. I'm going to say less on that one.
Yeah,
Till
okay.
soon.
Yeah, okay. Adam Scott. Adam Scott? Adam Scott.
Yeah, Adam Scott.
Adam Scott's gone Alamotti, Toto 2+, and Edwards at 14.50.
See, these could all happen, but it's just...
But it's just like for 14.50.
Like they could all easily happen, and you feel like a genius when it comes off. But it's just, I don't know. You just don't get the odds.
Listen, and this is obviously, you know, I think we all are, but like I'm the least consistent with my values and principles around gambling than anyone, right? Like, but when you see an Alamotti or 2+ Edwards, like you get it. If you hit that, you do feel like a genius. You walk around swinging your dick.
Yep.
But realistically, you're not a genius. You've shown no thought there. You've just gone, fuck it.
And it's technically 4, well, it is 4 tries and 14.50 because Toto's probably paying like 2.50 for 2 in this game.
Rando would love that.
Yeah, that'd be good value.
Correct.
It's like in these bloodbath games, your ATS legs, they just get crunched.
Yeah. All right. Let's get out of here. All Eddie's bets will be online, by the way, punters and dribblers. If he remembers to do them, I hope he doesn't. And then he's got. What happens if he doesn't put his bets in? What should be there? Like you've got to have a certain amount of units.
Lose a unit a bet, or half a unit. I think we did this once, like half a unit a bet that isn't in, maybe.
I think Eddie's taking advantage of what you did last year. That used to shit him to no end, where he'd put his bets on before each game.
Well, that's actually it is smart.
Really shit Eddie.
Yeah, I bet it did.
And I reckon he'll take advantage of it.
Well, of course he did. That's the only reason it shit him, because it was good. If you're away, that's the way to do it. And put him on a Wednesday like us losers. Dragons, Rabbitohs, Win Stadium, $1.48 the Dragons, $2.65 for the Rabbitohs, 6.5 the line, 51.5 is the total points. Rando.
It's going to be dry in Wollongong for this one. The Dragons, they have won 8 of their last 10 games at Win Stadium as a favourite, and they've covered the line in 7 of those games. They've also won 5 of their 8 games against the Rabbitohs at Win Stadium, with their lowest winning margin in each of those 5 games, 14 points. So don't mind the Dragons at -6.5. For try scorers, we're looking at Campbell Graham here. He had plenty of involvement last week, 20+ runs, so he is getting ball. He's scored in 6 of his last 8 games against the Dragons, and the Dragons, they've conceded a try to a right centre in 2 of their last 4 games.
Can I be honest about the way I gambled this week on this game? I'm not going to lie, because I'm an honest guy, top to bottom. I didn't put any of my bets on last night like I usually do. Now, you might be like, hey, 1 week into the season, you're already just coming in and fucking jamming bets on before the game. I was hosting a mini putt-putt golf tournament last night, so get off my back, and I'm hungover. I saw your bet, Roo, and I won't reveal your bet yet. I'll allow you that honour. But I see a Sully in there.
I really appreciate your honesty, because I knew that's what I did. Happened.
I saw a Sully in there. Well, I'm an honest guy. And I've gone, well, Roo likes Sully for 1. I like Sully for 2. You give me a Sully 2+. I had no idea what to do with this game. Both teams don't have any sort of like anything about them. You just go Sully 2+, 11.50. I mean, if you can get 1, you can get 2, right?
Yeah, I like it. As I said, I think the Dragons, their left side will be the target point. But I think this week, Fletcher Myers, I think he'll be playing left centre Rando.
Yep.
I think Jack Whiten, really underrated how good he is in defence at centre. I think they'll really miss him, and I think Sulu will get plenty of ball. He was a fucking wrecking ball last week, breaking tackles left, right and centre. So I like Sulu to crash over. I've got Dragons 1-12. I'm getting more and more nervous about that. I think that they could put a bit of a score on South Sydney, but I'm going to stick with it. I'm going to triple stake that. Sully, Dragons 1-12, $8.13.
Sebastian?
Yeah, look, I've just kind of written this game off in terms of betting perspective, because it's just, there's like, there already wasn't much hope, but when you lose Jackie Whiten, as Ruth said, it's just like, great. There's a giant fucking hole right there. You can show me as many highlights as you want of the kid replacing him from under 18s or whatever, but I feel naked as a team. So I'm just going 3 try scorers at value. Tuapolotu, as we talked about, the left side of St. George. It's kind of going to go well. Then I've got a couple bunnies, guys. Gray's the energizer bunny. He's not going to give up even if we're losing by however much. I think he can get on a loose little kick somewhere or something like that. And then Humphreys. I'm pushing that Humphreys button, because in this moment of
flicking
pain,
that Humphreys bean.
Yeah. While we're in a little bit of trouble until we get some troops back, I just want to laser in on him. I just want to watch him for, even though I will anyway, but I just want to watch him for like a try score as well. Just go, show me everything. I'm zoning in on you. 1948.
I've got a question.
Yeah.
Just around your betting sort of ethos.
Yeah. Yep.
Because I'm just going back to that previous game we just did there, and you were talking about how like you're not a sort of a guy this year. You're not just throwing fucking dartboards anymore and just sort of seeing what happens. I just remember that, right? That just happened. That was for the Panthers Roosters. Now in this game, I just can't help but notice that maybe that's what you're employing.
Maybe if you listen to exactly what I said, is that if I feel like I get a vibe of it, I know what's going on. I don't want to distract myself with stupid dartboard bets.
Right.
Well, I don't know what's going on here. I don't like the game. I don't like where my team's at, that I'm happy to dartboard in this situation.
Okay, right.
I'm not going to go, hey, every game I'm going to do a weird three-legged $1.80 bet.
Yeah, right. Okay.
I'm going to do it when I think it's going to come off.
So you put two. You don't think your team's going very well, but you got 2 try scorers in there for him.
Well, did you hear what I said about Humphries?
Can you
that I
keep
just
up?
want to zone
Listen
in on
to the
him?
man.
Like,
Just
can you
making
can you
sure.
actually listen
I'm
to
just
what
making
someone's
sure,
saying?
dude. You're not dartboarding. You're dartboarding. You think your team's going shit. You got 2 try scorers. I'm just checking. Sometimes you got to explain yourself, and I'm just asking for a bit more information. You got to dig. Do I think it makes sense? No, I don't. That's a disgusting bet. That's a disgusting bet,
And I'm
we
happy
know
to-
that.
Yeah, I know that.
Now, what's our lippy called?
Tim Scott or something.
Tim Scott.
Tuapolotu, Gray, Cody, either team by 12 or less, 22-25.
Tuapolotu, Gray, Cody, either team by 12 or less. 22-25. That is a lot there. Fuck me dead. There's a shitload going on there. Next up, Sharks, Cowboys. I think we may have even said this last year at some point. This game already doesn't interest me. Like, there's just already something about these two teams that doesn't excite me. Maybe it's because of the Cowboys more than the Sharks. I'm probably going to say it is. No disrespect to the Sharks here. 3.10 for the Cowboys, $1.36 for the Sharks, 8.5 to the line, and 50.5 the total points, Rando.
It's going to be a wet one in Townsville, 10 to 20 millimetres expected during play. Cue the Nico wet hair stat. Hines is 16-3 in the wet in his career, with 13 of those 16 wins by 10 or more points. Sharks also have a great record against the Cowboys, winning 10 of their last 12 meetings. For try scorers, I've got a novelty bet for you guys, the Braden bet. We start with Braden Burns, who scored in all 5 games he has played for the Cowboys. And then we got Braden Trindle, who has scored 5 tries in his last 3 games against the Cowboys. The Braden bet paying $6.54 on Neds.
Brando, before we go on,
Yes.
I like that.
last weekend you said you opened up with saying it was going to rain pretty bad in every game, and I'm pretty sure it didn't.
That's not my fault. That's Apple.
I know, but what, you didn't, no, you just answered my question. What app? I, as a golfer and previous fisherman, have about 20 apps. I've got ones that I trust, ones that I check by the hourly, ones that I check. Like, what apps are you using here? Because you don't tell me you're just using Apple Weather.
No, I'm not. I'm using another one.
Which one?
It's called...
Willie?
Which one should he be?
It's a cool weather.
Yeah, which one's
Weather
your
Zone.
pick
Weather
of the bunch?
Zone.
Weather Zone's good for
Not fishing and
like a
golf.
big kind of macro view about 3 weeks ahead. They kind of skirt around telling you exactly what's going to happen. They just do a lot of 5 to 10s, 50% chance, all that stuff. If you want an hourly about 3 or 4 days out, AccuWeather, hourly there. Specific wind, you're using Willy Weather. It gives you a nice little thing up there. Also, good with
Men
the
and
rain.
women are just like tarot card readers. You're like, how much am I buying into what the fuck?
Well, when
you're
you actually do like you can get a sense for when it's like definitely going to pour. Or
yeah, because
it's
it's cloudy as fuck.
No,
Everyone's a
I'm
dark
just saying
clouds.
I didn't think it was going to rain that bad last weekend, and I didn't want to say anything. And then
Why not?
because I just wanted to see.
Okay.
And then because I
Yeah, this aged well.
This
That's what
aged
you
well,
are.
bloke.
No,
Big time.
why did I know? Because I had golf with Tobler on the Saturday. So I was for all week. I go, this is the first time I'm playing Saturday golf in like 16 months. I want to make sure that
And you
when
lost to Tobler, by the way.
yeah, but I'm just saying, Rando, do not go to Apple Weather. Please give us
I
because
use Weather
at
Zone.
least do the morning afternoon session with AccuWeather.
I do
at
Weather
least
Zone
do
all the
that,
time,
because
but I
if you
will
said
now use
5
these
to 10
recommendations.
on just the entire day. You've got no idea where it's going to be.
Yeah. To be fair, it's raining all week in Townsville, so it's going to be wet
okay.
regardless.
Yeah, it's like cyclonic up there, isn't it?
There is a cyclone there, I believe, called Alfred.
Look, I accept that it's going to be, do you say 5 to 10 or 10 to 20?
It said 10 to 20.
Yeah, when it's 10
Take
to
it with a
20,
grain of
generally
salt,
up.
obviously.
Yeah. 10 to 20 is fucked.
Back to it.
Just making sure that we're giving the punter
No.
and the dribbler.
Absolutely right. I'm with you there. And did you finish your stats? You did. It was the Braden bet. Sebo, what are you doing now based on that rain?
Well, I'm going to have to look based on the rain because 10
Yeah.
to 20 is a lot. So you go. I'm going to
Well,
just look at
Roo,
the
what are
rain.
you doing? Because I'm obviously also just trying to consider my gambling based on weather.
Oh, that was wild. I've gone for Jesse Ramian at rights, and I'm going to back him to cross. And boys, Kai O'Donnell, left edge for the Cowboys this week. He's dropping an eye. I think it's a good call.
Is he a Luke O'Donnell?
Now, this is where I was getting at. I've been telling everyone for the last 3 months it was his brother. His brother's name was Kyle. This is Kai, which has really thrown me out of whack. I think they both came through the Canberra system.
Cowboys. Kai came from Cowboys.
Yeah, but he used to play at the Raiders, didn't he, or not?
Yeah, he's debuted at the Raiders, but was Cowboys Academy.
Yeah, so I think both the brother and this guy were at the Raiders at one point.
Yeah.
He's gone to the Super League. He's played left edge over there, scored a lot of tries. I like him at value. And Jesse Ramian, I just don't think anyone can really tackle him at the moment. So $14.83. I like O'Donnell with an opportunity to take that jersey off Nanai. Something to prove. A bit like Shibasaki last week.
Sebo?
I think I'm just going to change one leg. So Mulatalo, you're getting like, I was like, he owes me one because he cost me a unit skipper, but he's $1.60 and $1.60 in 10 to 20 mil. You don't really want to take. So I like a bit more forwards in the rain.
Yep.
Nikora, I like him.
Yep.
And he is paying
$3.30.
$3.30. I was going to maybe add a Ramian, but then again, I want to stick to philosophy of forwards. And now I've just talked myself just into Nikora. And this is live thought process here, just going, I was going to add a Ramian because I saw Roo's Ramian and I go, Ramian used to be a hard fish to wrangle, but I swear they've done some sort of sustainability program somewhere and they're popping up a little bit more like the Ramians. Remember how hard he used to be?
Yeah.
Like he's scoring some tries at the moment, but I'm just taking Nikora for $3.30 because he's as trustworthy as a back, that guy. Like, and if you
Can be.
I'm not saying anything's a certainty, but when you're getting $1.60 for Mulatalo in 10 to 20, I'll take the $3.30 for Nikora.
Yeah,
Thank you very much.
I like Nikora as well, but I'm also going to go the other back rower in Teague boy. So I'm going Nikora into Teague, however the fuck you spell that. And you're going to get actually a very nice $13.45.
Just for those two.
Yeah.
Geez, Teague must be paying a bit.
Teague's paying $4,
Yeah, right.
which seems strange to me.
For those looking for forward bets in the wet as well, AFB scored in his last two against the Cowboys.
Fuck,
Yeah,
what's
I know.
an
He's
A- what
tempting.
happens if
He's
I add an
tempting.
AFB? 43-43? In the wet?
Like, that multi's good, but AFB is paying $3.25 these days.
I know.
But, like, obviously in a multi, it helps.
No,
it,
I
but,
know, I know. If I add him in, it's 43, but it's kind of dumb, but he scores.
He does.
Fuck
Look,
it.
you found yourself there. You can't go back now because otherwise you
Fuck
hate
it.
yourself.
AFB's in 43-43.
I do like the breadcrumb of us all completely ignoring the Braden bet. I feel like there's something in that.
Yeah,
I'll be on it. I'll be on it on the net.
Two different
Braden's on
spellings
the
of
other
Braden
side,
worry
right?
you?
Sorry?
Burn.
Two different
Either side.
spellings
Yeah,
of Braden
I don't
worry
trust
you?
No, not really. Not really. Y. What's the difference?
Well, no,
really?
listen, the
I would have
different...
liked it, but I just don't want to include anything to do with the cows in my bet for until they can kind of
That is fair. We'll prove
get
you wrong.
themselves
No, I don't
out
think
of the bin.
life's too short to have a Cowboys leg. That's for damn sure.
Like, it's just too painful. I've already got a couple of them in my Supercoach team. That's painful enough.
Yeah, well, Purdue's getting shot for me this week. I can tell you that for
He's
free.
the least of your worries.
That's a good point. I don't even think I had him on the field. Then we've got Timothy Scott, Mulatalo,
Scott.
Trindle, Sharks at 5.25. All right, Raiders Broncos. Interesting game, this one. Interesting. GIO. Not cold yet, though, so it doesn't really matter, but it is a shithole. $4.25 for the Raiders, $1.22 for the Broncos. 12.5 points is the line, and 50.5 is the total points, Rando. What's up?
It's going to be partly cloudy in Canberra for this one. The Raiders, they're 4-12 in round 2 matches played at GIO Stadium in the NRL era. The Broncos, they have failed to cover a line of minus 13.5 or more in 4 of the last 5 occasions as well. So you could be looking there at the Raiders to try and cover that 13-plus margin. Not many great stats on try scorers for this one. Albert Hopewadi, probably the best value at 2.10. He scored in 2 of his last 3 games. He scored last time against the Broncos, and the Broncos, they've conceded 6 tries to right wingers in the last 3 games.
Interesting. I've just got to have a quick... I'm taking AFB out of my previous pick. I can't do
You got to do it.
No, it's too hectic, dude.
It's going to come off.
I tune in my head the whole time. I'm going, dude, don't be greedy. Calm down.
That's the breadcrumb.
Calm down.
AFB
I know.
first try.
I'll be having him in now as a civilian, but I can't do it. Sorry. I had to come back to that. Sorry, and now I've forgotten everything you just said there. You didn't have much in the way of try scorers. Guru, what are you doing for Broncos Raiders?
I think this will be a good test for the Broncos to see where they're at. Everyone's patting them on the back. They're high flying. They'll go down to Canberra, and Ricky will have his boys up. I think the Raiders, I've added a few points. Raiders plus 16.5. Selwyn Cobbo will score. He always does. And I'm going to take little Timmy Williams on the right edge, Zach Hosking. I think Ben Hunt and Jack Goss weren't really tested last week. I think they'll get at him this week. So Raiders 16.5 plus 16.5. Hosking, Cobbo, $10.45.
I don't mind that. Sebo, what are you thinking?
I'm kind of similar to Rue here. But the rate was it last year, the year before, the Raiders barely lost by more than like 13 points.
2023.
Year before. Yeah. Okay. Well, that doesn't really help then. But I think the Raiders, it was last year though, early on before the Broncos shat the bed, that they versed the Raiders and the Raiders beat them, right? Like round 3, 4, 2, something like that. Bit of an ambush team down in Canberra for the Broncos. They're like the polar opposites of teams. So I think the Raiders can hang in there. I'm taking even more points than I'm taking plus 18.5. I don't think they get that much put on them down there in the home ground. But I'm taking 2 Broncos try scorers, one on either side. Cobbo just seems to be scoring at will. Reynolds just kicking it to him perfectly. Then it's just Shibasaki. Got him on my Supercoach team. 736 for that. Do I hate the bet? No. Do I love the bet? No. It's probably just below top quartile of my love for this bet. So
Just below top
yeah.
quartile.
I'm just nearly getting a distinction, but it's just a credit, really.
Okay,
it's
okay, yeah.
it's
I don't remember this rating system there, but I know distinction was good. I don't think I got much of either. I think the Broncos are the real deal. So I think the Lions 12.5 I think is good. Like the Raiders are good, but the Broncos are real. And they're going to come down there and they're going to get to work. So I'm taking them at 12.5. And I'm just putting an Arthurs in. I love Arthurs. Just going Broncos minus 12.5 into Arthurs, 251. Bit of conservative Tommy Burns about it. But I think it's just a nice, solid bet.
yeah. I like an Arthurs to look at as well.
I like him to look at.
yeah.
I like him. Like, I honestly, since I saw him in the Maori All-Stars and he had the blonde streaks, I'm like, I'm going to be looking at you a lot this year. I just am. And he's come out and he's scored a lot of points. He scored tries in the trials. He is good on the weekend and he scored on the weekend. And I'm just going to keep going. I think I'm going to ride him for a while until he lets me down.
Yep.
251 I think is all right. You know?
What was Arthur's just to score a try, sorry? What was he?
$1.53.
Yeah.
I hate it. I think it's a shit bet.
That's fine.
I think it's dreadful.
Mate, there you go.
That's rank. $2.50 in Canberra.
That's what I'm saying.
Arthur's got him by the fucking sack of his nuts last week.
No, dude. This is you should probably have him for 2+ if you really want to be smart. I'd be putting Arthur.
You should triple that. 250.
No, I've already got
Shitty,
some other
why
triples
not?
up my sleeve, mate.
Where are your triples?
I got a triple somewhere. I had a
Zarko.
Zarko tripled, and I'm leaving my triples open in case I want to throw another in between now and the end of the show here.
You should AFB first try for your year.
Fuck, what's that paying? I might have a look. Have you gone, Sebo?
Yeah.
Yep, sweet. What's our Lippy doing?
Mariner, Cobbo, and then KO/Huddy, either to score a try. Don't have the odds in there. They'll be on screen.
That really hurt, Rue, what you just said about my bet, mate. I just want you to know that was really fucking mean. Eels, Tigers, Combank, 255 for the Eels, $1.65 for the Tigers, 3.5 is the line. 50.5 the total. They've got Appy back. They've got Buller in the fullback. They've let go of Heath Mason for some reason.
Get him out of your Supercoach flex if you've got him.
Hey, just a quick word of warning. If you've got Heath Mason as your Supercoach flex, now's the time to get rid of him. He has been dropped. What do you got for us?
Heartbreaking for that 0.001%.
I wonder if I'm the only person in the competition.
Mate, I don't think Heath Mason has Heath Mason.
What do you got for us, Rando?
It's going to be dry on Sunday for this one. This is my most likely upset of the round. The Eels, they are 11-2 on Sundays at CommBank Stadium in their history. They have won 10 of their last 12 games against the Tigers. The Tigers, of course, favourites in this one. The last time they were favourites against the Eels was at the opening of CommBank, and we all know what happened there. 51-6 loss to them. For try scorers, Eddie's old flame, Will Penasini. He scored in each of his last 4 games, including his last 2 games at CommBank. He's also scored 3 tries in his last 3 games against the Tigers.
Interesting. Roo, how are you seeing this one, me old mate?
I am not seeing this one. I got no idea what's going to happen. I think Parramatta 1-12. I think there's a bit of value in them after getting slapped last week. Lomax to score off a kick, maybe. Why not? And May, I like the minutes he's playing through the middle. Parramatta looked dreadful through the gut. So $35.24. Probably don't deserve this one, but here it is.
Does not sound like you believe in that one.
It's not bad for...
It's not bad value. It's just I've got no idea what's going to happen in this game.
Considering Lomax can score them and May
I'd say
score them.
you're getting some good odds. Sebo?
Yeah. I'm the opposite in terms of I'm taking the Tigers 1-12. Like, I think the Tigers, like, the loss last week, I think they're a decent team. Now they're actually getting everyone back on deck. They're going to kind of just rebound from last week. It was super disappointing. They probably should have won that game. Maybe a bit of defensive stuff at the end kind of fucked it for them. The Eels, I don't know what's wrong with the Eels. Like, I really don't. But I don't think anyone can just go, you know what they say, coaches go, oh, just forget about round one. Just put it out of your memory. Just how can you forget that? How can you not be doubting yourself? Your second best player's just gone, oh, shit, as soon as the game finished, I rung the club and go, is the deal still on? Get me the hell out of here. Yeah. There's a confidence problem. I think the Tigers are confident. Luai brings the confidence. I think the Eels aren't confident. Tigers 1-12, $3.05.
I like it, Sebo. I don't think, we were talking about the Warriors and Manly game where it's like a team that's just done some humping and a team that's just been humped.
Yep.
And then maybe there's a galvanising of the Warriors. Like, I don't think the Eels galvanise after that humping. It was so bad that it's actually just like demoralised instead of galvanised. Like, they're fucked. They're embarrassed and they're fucked. So I like Tigers -3.5. I like Buller coming back for Heath.
Yep.
And Iongi, just on the other side of the ball. Because Iongi's a good player. We like Iongi.
Yeah.
13.87.
Not bad. Mm-hmm. Yeah, not bad.
Not bad at all. Now, Michael Scott has got Dewey, Pensini, and under 48.5 at $22. I actually don't think that's that bad either.
I don't think this guy's bets have been terrible. I don't think they've been terrible.
They've been forgettable, though.
Yeah.
Much like the name, Michael Scott. I don't know what his name is.
Yeah.
Matt Scott,
Travis Scott.
Travis Scott. Yeah. But it does. That's not a bad bet, though.
Yeah, I don't hate that.
All right. Thanks, Roo. Let's move on. Last game of the round, Dogs-Titans, Sunday Arvo. It's at Belmore. Dogs are the favourites at $1.36. Titans $3.10. The line 8.5. The total 46.5. Rando, bring it home for us, brother.
It's going to be a dry night at Belmore for this one. The Bulldogs, they're looking to go 2-0 for the first time since 2016. Titans, they have lost 14 of their last 15 Sunday games played in New South Wales, including each of their last 8 games. They've also lost 9 of their 10 round 2 matches played outside of Queensland, with their only win in 2010 against the Bunnies. For try scorers, Connor Tracy here, he scored in each of his last 4 games against the Titans. The Titans last season conceded 24 tries in 24 games to fullbacks, and they've conceded a try to a fullback, 4 tries to fullbacks in their last 3 games, so I don't mind him either.
Little bone to pick early. Why on earth would you put the Belmore game at 6:15 on a Sunday night? You get like 3 of them a year, and you put it on a Sunday night at 6 o'clock.
It's a great point. Put
it out at Homebush. Waste a game out there. Why waste the Belmore game?
So whoever's in charge of the schedule is doing some questionable things. Newcastle Dolphins, like the first like technical Thursday night. I know we haven't last week. This is the first like proper round.
Full round Thursday.
Yeah.
How the fuck did we get Dolphins Knights on the Thursday. I know you've just
Belmore out there, 6, like it's
Belmore
crazy.
should be 4 p.m. or 3 p.m. Saturday.
100%. Let the street go nuts after.
Yeah.
Lean into it. It's ridiculous. Everyone's going to go to school and work the next day. It's just, crazy.
Dude, round 7, they Roosters play Broncos and Panthers 2 times.
That's wild.
That's fucking bonkers shit. Anyway, we could sit here all day and bloody yell at the clouds. Now, this is a good bet that I'm about to give you guys, but it's also not a good bet. So you just got to just view it through that prism. Now, the Dogs can concede points. Great defensive team, but they did concede 20 rugby league points on the weekend. So tries can and most likely will be scored. Blake Wilson on the wing will score for the Bulldogs. Brimo at 360 any time, in the halves, getting his hands on the ball a lot, he will score. You then throw Dave Fafita, who's coming off the bench, who's going to be fresh against tired bodies when he gets on the field, running hard. He's going to score. You go Wilson, Brimo, Fafita, 31.53. It's good odds. Is it going to happen? Who the fuck knows? But that's good odds for try scorers to score tries.
Good odds for the names on that list.
For try scorers to score tries, they're good odds.
Yep. I'm kind of in the same boat in the sense I've got Brimo. I love Brimo. The Dogs are obviously favourites to win. They play great defensive footy. We haven't seen the Titans play yet. It seems like they're going the polar opposite style of footy in terms of just like all-out attack. Let's just throw 50 fullbacks in there. The type of footy we like to watch and punt on. But coming up against the Dogs, it's most likely that the Dogs' defense wins. But I'm just got a vibe about the Titans. They went on like 6 or 7 game losing streak last year. I think it's going to change a little bit. I just want to see what this all-out attack has, and I just want to try get on them early because you get value there. So I'm just taking the Titans line plus 8.5, and then Brimo 5.35. 2 simple legs. Yeah, getting value for the Titans now. Now, it could be 2 weeks later, and the Titans are the same old fucking team we know, but I don't know. There's a second year, 50 fullbacks in the side. Fafita's there, Tino's back.
Yeah.
Don't know.
I do like Dez's just like 50 fullbacks mentality.
Yeah.
Like he's just like, fuck it, we'll just put fullbacks in.
Yeah.
They're the best players in the field. May as well just put 50 of the cunts in there in every position and just see what happens.
As Sebo said, 3 fullbacks. I like the attacking, how they're just leaning into it. So Keeney, he's the actual fullback. I'll back him to get on the inside of something and score. And I think the Titans would have watched the first 2 weeks, having a bye, watched teams gets blown out. I think Desi would have sort of said, let's not be that fucking team for once. I think they'll show up for this game. But I don't believe in them that much, so I've given them a 12.5 start. It's $4.30. I think I'm essentially betting on Keeney to score at 4.30.
Like, there's a world, maybe not against the Dogs, where Keeney, Brimo, and Campbell score the exact same try. Like, just through the middle, little offload, like, in a game.
I honestly think there's a breadcrumb here where you put a fullback bet on, and it's all 4 fullbacks on the field to score. You're going Connor Tracy, and then you're going Brimo.
Yeah. I can't wait to watch this team up against, not the second best defensive team.
The breadcrumb is the only fullback we didn't bet on to score, Jaden Campbell.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, could you imagine if they make a break and there's like that poor fullback and maybe one other defender and the 3 of them are running in a line, like the guy in the middle's got the ball in his hand. It's just like, you've got support play out the arse.
I want to see how the fuck my fucking...
You just need Tino and
betting
Fafita to
app's
come do their
frozen.
job up front, and it can happen.
Bastard, what's going on here? I just want to try and see what our fullbacks... Is AKP? No, he's the winger. Where are we?
You need AJ, you need Campbell.
Kinney any time at 320 is
Good value,
fucking
man.
absurd.
I reckon fullback bet you'll get like 22, 23s.
Where's me Jaden Campbell at? Dude, what's Jaden
Scroll
Campbell
down.
paying? Damn it.
Yeah.
$4 for Jaden Campbell. And then where's Connor Tracy? My eyes are fucking gone. There we go.
What's just the Titans one?
158
For the 3.
for the 4. No, for 4. If you had Connor Tracy in. Take Connor out, it's 46.
It's not a bad little civvy
Civvy's
side
going
bet.
on. Civvy side bet, but I'm doing all 4 fullbacks.
I might be putting that same bet on for about 27 weeks, I think. I reckon it's going to hit one of the times, though. That's the thing. You only need it to once.
You do.
Oh, he's a conservative guy this year. That's good.
Civvy.
Yeah.
Civvy.
Love it.
Civvy.
So our Lippy here, he's got AKP, Jerry, and AJ at 18.75. Not a bad bet itself, 18.75. Try scorers scoring tries and that. We move on to the unit scoopers. Again, I'm hungover. I was lazy. I've just put my Dogs Titans bet in the unit scooper.
You say shit.
Yeah, mate. You guys were all sitting around. I was taking ages to get them in. I was like, fucking, let's go. So
And pasted the closest box. Go AFB. You have to.
Oh, okay. I'll go AFB first. That's fair. What's that pay?
Just throw him in there as well, maybe. Maybe that's what you do.
No, fuck that. Because you just don't want me to fucking hit AFB first try score, you dog. You're just trying to ruin my unit scooper here.
It's probably only going to be 12.
I know, it won't be anything that good, will it? First try scorer, 19 bucks.
That's not
Okay,
bad.
we'll take that.
That's not bad.
19.
That's a good bet, actually.
There you go.
My unit scooper, I've got Isako. I've got both Penrith wingers, To'o and McLean, Sully, Ramian, $34.
That's a good bet. That's a good bet.
Yep. I've got a Zarko as well. Fish plus 12.5. Tunga. I've had him not hit on a unit scooper 2 or 3 times, and I just want to see if we're still in that same boat. And I wanted to take someone who wasn't at the top of the list on the Penrith game. Manly to win. Mulatalo. I had him in here before the rain thing, but then I was like, shit, do I take him out for the rain? It's like, no, I just breadcrumb myself. Keep him in. And then Sharks and Tigers to win 23.
Interesting. Breadcrumbed yourself.
Yep.
Schnitzeled yourself.
Yep.
Lippy, Turbo 2+, Toto 2+, Mulatalo 2+, for 34.56. Shit bet. It's official. That's a shit bet from our guy.
Is your bet right? Is it not unders for 3 try scorers, Tiger Sharks?
Well, Manly.
It's Manly
mate.
favourites, yeah.
Yeah, let me check. I thought I put it on. Hold on.
What do you got? 1, 2, 3 try scorers. I guess they're all pretty short, but
This try scorers are very short. Mulatalo's like $1.60.
Yeah,
It's
okay.
Why are my pending bets coming up? Oh, well, I'll change it if it's not, but I'm
Yeah,
pretty sure
sweet.
it's right.
All right, we'll get the hot seat going and we'll get out of here.
Hot seat. Now, some might call this a bit of espionage, sabotage, one of the ages, but I'm going as Zarko at 210 because a couple of my mates on the panel put some really good points out there that a Zarko is value at 210 to score against the Knights. He scored last week. He scored the most tries a couple of years ago. Zarko just scores. There isn't a world where Zarko doesn't score in this game. Like, is this a sure thing? They're all back on deck. We can put the Cyclone behind us. I reckon he gets in maybe in the first 10 minutes. So Zarko at 210 against the Knights. Against the Knights. 210. I think it must be a mistake. That is the hot seat bet of the year.
All right, that's us done and dusted. Shout out to you all for tuning in again. Rugby League is well and truly back. Happy punting to you all. Shout out to Neds for your support. We love you. Go and follow the About Even group in Neds. The code there to get in is Dribblers. That's where you're going to find out about the pot that we're hosting on the weekend. You can follow along our profiles, all that good stuff. We will see you next week.
What's gambling really costing you? For free and confidential support, call the number on the screen or visit the website.